All right, guys, so we're going to deploy our site to a shared host with InMotion Hosting, which is a service that I've used for a long time. I'm actually going to create a new account. They're not paying me a dime for this. However, I do have an affiliate link that I'll attach in a document to this lecture. So if you are going to buy a package, I'd appreciate it if you could use that link. All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead and set up an account just out of pocket just to demonstrate this to you. So as you can see, there's different types of hosting they offer. Many of them are the types we've talked about. Now, their shared hosting plans are going to be the business hosting. You'll notice with different companies, they'll call it different things. They also have WordPress hosting, which is basically the business hosting or shared hosting, but with WordPress already pre-configured. WordPress is actually a content management system, and it might be something worth looking into after this course. They also have VPS hosting, dedicated servers, reseller hosting. We're going to go ahead and click on Learn More for business hosting. So as you can see, if you choose any type of hosting, they're going to have additional packages with different price points. And these prices here are actually, if you pay for 2 years in advance, $3.99. You'll see 1 year is $4.99. This one is 1 year, $6.99. So very rarely, if ever, are you going to find a hosting company that allows you to actually pay $3.99 at month by month. Usually you have to pay by year, by 2 years. Sometimes they'll allow 6 months. It really depends on the company. But for now, we're going to choose, or I'm going to choose the cheapest version here for 1 year. Now, the difference between these, you can see, is the number of websites. Okay, so you can have different amounts of websites. The disk space and bandwidth is unlimited on all of these, but you have to be careful with shared hosting. Even though it says unlimited, if you start to slow the server down, you start to slow down resources, they're either going to throttle you or they're going to ask you to bump up your package. If you have a website that has a ton of users, or it's really big, or a big application, something like that, then you're going to want to use a VPS or dedicated server or something like that. But like I said, most small business websites, these are absolutely fine. I would probably say go with the middle tier, but since I'm just doing this for the course, I'm going to choose the cheapest one available, which is going to be 1 year for $4.99 per month, which should come to about $60 a year. Yeah. Now, if you want an SSL certificate, they do offer free SSLs, but you do have to have a dedicated IP for that, which is an additional $4 a month, which is $48. Okay, so they're going to charge you an extra $48 if you want a dedicated IP and an SSL. I'm not going to choose that, but just know that you will need to if you want SSL. And then here, this is for just like a quick starter one-page website for $100. Obviously, we don't want that. And then if we want to install WordPress or BoldGrid, we could do that, but we're not going to do that either. So let's click Continue, and now it's going to ask about a domain. Now, within InMotion, you can purchase a domain through them. I think it's $14.99 per year. Or if you have your own, you could choose this option here, enter your domain, and then you would have to go wherever you registered that domain and just update what's called name servers to point to your InMotion hosting account. For just registering domains, I actually suggest namecheap.com. I'll put an affiliate link for Namecheap in the document as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and purchase a new domain here. So I'm going to do Edge Ledger, and I believe .com is already taken, but .net is not. So I'm going to just choose edgeledger.net as my domain. Okay, so as you can see, it's available. So I'm going to add it to my cart. And then over here, you can see my total is $84.86. That's for the entire year for the domain and for the hosting. And let's see, we'll just continue here. Actually, I'm going to remove the domain privacy. What that means is if someone tries to do a whois check on your domain, they won't be able to see your, like, the email address you used and stuff like that. But I don't care about that, so I'll delete that. And then over here, I am a returning customer, but I want to create a whole new identity for this just because this is only for the course. So I'll go ahead and put an email address in here. And continue. and then it's probably going to take me to a page where I have to enter my credit card information and stuff like that. Yeah, all my information. So what I'm going to do is pause the video. I'm going to fill all this out, and then I'll come back. All right, so I filled out all my information. It gave me a summary up here. So now I just need to click agree and check out. Okay, so now it says welcome to InMotion Hosting, order details, and down here it's going to ask if we're creating a new website or transferring an existing website. So we're going to go ahead and click creating a new website. And they also ask if you want a one-on-one call from a new account specialist, so someone that can actually call you and help you out if you need help, which I think is really cool, but obviously we're going to click no thanks. And then here they have really good documentation and support for the control panel, setting up FTP accounts and stuff like that, and you can get custom articles sent to you. But I'm not going to check any of these, so we'll just leave them all blank. Well, I guess we have to check at least one, so we'll do let's do getting started. Okay, so it's going to process that. Now we should have an email that has information on how to access our cPanel, our control panel, and stuff like that. So I'm going to just pause the video and pull up that email. All right, so this is the email that you'll get. Welcome to InMotion Hosting, and it's going to say get started with your account management panel, also called AMP. So your login is going to be your email address, and then it says to get started, set your password here. So we're going to go ahead and click that. We're going to set a password. So actually, let me use something different here. All right, so that might be too simple. I'm going to be canceling this account anyways. All right, so this is your AMP panel, and this is basically InMotion's customer panel. You can update your contact information, your credit card info. If you have trouble, you can send in a support ticket, and then down here you have your link to cPanel, which is basically your web hosting control panel. And many different companies use cPanel. It's the most popular type of control panel for managed hosting. You can also check your email from here, but you can also do that from cPanel. You can install software like WordPress, stuff like that. You can manage your SSL certificates. So it's basically your client panel. So let's go ahead and click on cPanel, and that should open up. And let's just close this up. So this is your control panel for basically your website, your hosting account. And you'll see there's different sections, preferences. We have a lot of the stuff that we have in the AMP panel, like contact information. And to get back to AMP, you can click here, or you can go click home. There's also links up here to get to different sections. But email, you have your email accounts. You can set up your forwarders, your email routing. You have spam filtering, stuff like that. Domains, if you wanted to add another domain. If you want to create redirects, you can do that from here. If you want to install applications on your website like WordPress, which is a blog/CMS content management system. You also have like shopping carts, OpenCart, Press2Shop. These are open source shopping carts that you can install and use on your website. You have software, so PHP packages, stuff like that. Files. FTP accounts, we're going to get into that because we need a way to actually upload our files to our site. And databases, if you get into application development, you'll probably want to get into like MySQL or Postgres. These are relational databases, and these are included as well. Metrics, if you want to look at analytics, your website visitors, and so on. Security, you can block certain IP addresses. You do have shell access, which means you can log in through the terminal into your account and do different things. And advanced, we have things like cron jobs, but that's way beyond this course. All right, and on the right side, I have mine blurred out just because there's some sensitive information, but it has all your stats and stuff like that, the number of FTP accounts you use and email accounts and so on. So in the next video, before we start to deploy our website, I want to show you how to create email accounts as well as FTP accounts.